So, about a week or two ago, I went to the Summer Classic or California Classic at Golden One. So, the teams playing there were the Heat, Warriors, Kings, and Lakers. So, that's why it's the California Classic. And it was pretty fun. It was a 2 day thing. Uh, I got a 2 day pass to go, and we sat pretty close. I might show some videos about the view and stuff so you can see. But it was pretty cool seeing players, like young players, trying to get in the league. It was really fun too. So this is probably gonna be a raw video, basically about my experience there and what I think of the players and stuff. So here we go. Starting with my team, the home team, the Kings. We went 0-2. We lost every game, so that kind of sucked. But it was still fun, and a lot of Kings fans showed up to bring energy. It was basically packed like a regular season stadium. So, but the second day they made us wear masks in the crowd, and the first day they didn't. So that kind of sucked a little, but it was still fun. Davian Mitchell looked really good and better than I thought, especially on defense. I was kind of skeptical because he's a smaller guard, but he's really good at defense, and he's better at offense than I thought, so that was cool. He struggled the second game, but I think that's because it was a back-to-back, so, but it's all right. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but the other rookie, Nemius Keda, I think is what his name is. He was freaking tall. I didn't realize how big he was, and seeing him there in person was even crazier because they're way bigger than you all think. So he has a lot of potential. He was pretty raw. He had a lot of dunks and some rebounds. He only played the second game for some reason though. So he's got potential. Louis King, I don't know, but he was really good, especially in the second game, the second day. He was pretty much the only reliable scoring option. Emmanuel Terry, he was really good. I went with my brother and dad, and we all loved Terry because it was just kind of funny to just say his name heck aloud. And he had a lot of exciting like spark plug plays. Like he had a cool block, and he caught some lobs and just dunked it on the other team, which was really cool. He's also a great lob threat and rebounder. So, oh yeah, we also saw one of the Antetokounmpo brothers. I think his name's Alex. I'm not sure, but it was just cool seeing Antetokounmpo on a Kings jersey. So, that kind of wraps it up for the Kings. They played way better in the first game. In both games, they kind of choked away the lead a little bit. They were both really intense, though. The first one actually went to overtime, and we were going to leave because we didn't think that Summer League had overtime, but it did, so that was really cool. There were a lot of Warrior fans there, so that was just a funny experience. In that, I'm going to talk about the first game first. So there was a really loud old guy sitting behind us, and I'll try to like impersonate how he was, but like every time the players were on the other team were shooting free throws, he'd be like, yeah baby, yeah, every time they missed. So that was just really funny. He was probably drunk. The second game, I think it was closer. No, it wasn't closer, but they lost to the Lakers, which still kind of sucks, but it was really cool. Oh yeah, in the first game, Davian Mitchell, he was getting MVP chance. Yeah, it was just, there were a lot of people there. He was getting MVP chance at the free throw line. It was cool. Oh yeah, some annoying people brought a cowbell, which is annoying to sit next to. Game 2, that old dude I was talking about, he kind of just like, I think he took naps during the game because he'd only say it like sporadically. It didn't make any sense. But who else was there? Oh yeah, the dudes in front of us, they were hilarious. They kept like yelling at the players and refs. there was one guy who like screwed up on the Lakers. I think it was like 24. Or wait, no, not 24. 22, 23, something like that. And then he'd just keep yelling, "It's all your fault, 22," and it wouldn't even be his fault. He'd also yell at the refs saying, "Call it both ways," which was hilarious. I think he even said it was. Never mind, I'm not gonna say that here. But they were hilarious, even if they could be annoying. But I thought they were funny. So, yelling at players, it was kind of funny just because it's louder, so they can't hear you. But I was mainly cheering for them. I didn't really. I don't like talking bad about them. Okay, that's just not me. But it was really cool, the 2 games, and we're gonna move on to the Miami Heat and what I thought of them. The Heat, I'm not gonna lie, they were kind of stacked. They had what was pretty much the obvious best player there, mainly because I think he's been in the G League before and he's played there, so he's pretty much has more experience than everyone else. But I'm sorry if I mispronounce his name. Omer Yurtseven. He was obviously the best player. He's a big man. He's really polished, and he got into a lot of foul trouble. Some of them was just stupid. That brings up another point. The refs, they were terrible. Like, for Summer League, yeah, I know it's Summer League, but they were just terrible. They called a delay of game when they're the ones delaying the game, like they're holding the ball or something. It was just terrible. Bad calls. They missed a bunch of travels and carries. And, yeah, it was just terrible. They need a lot more practice if they want to get into the league. I don't know how reffing works, but that's just what I think. They also had someone who turned into the best shooter on the planet, Max Struss, something like that. He's a sniper. He had like 27, I think, in the second game. I don't think he played in the first game, but he kept hitting every shot except for one. I like yelled because there's not that many fans there, so he can still hear us. So I yelled like, "Pull it, heat check," and then he did it from like 30, 40 feet out, and then he almost made it, but then he was kind of just laughing, and so then I just yelled, "Oh, I'm sorry," but that was funny. I actually got a player to do something. What else for the Heat? They had a cool point guard. He was really pass first. I forget his name. I'll put a picture of him up if I can see him. But that's pretty much it for the Heat. They went 2-0. They beat the Lakers, and I thought that one was going into overtime. They won by 2, and I think Omer fouled out, so that's tough. But then they won. They beat the Warriors, which was Moody and Kuminga were kind of killing them, but they still won because they had the best player. So now I don't have that much else to say. Also, why didn't the Clippers play instead of the Heat? Just because it'd be all California. But, oh yeah, I did see Heat fans. That was kind of funny because they're on the other side of the country. So, yeah, that was funny. And we're going to move on to the Lakers now. Okay, so the Lakers, not going to lie, I thought they didn't have that many good people. But looking back at it, they had a lot of good people on their team. It was almost kind of stacked. First person I'm going to talk about, Mac McClung. He was really amazing. He pretty much like changed the tone every time he entered the court. Or at least that's what it felt like in the stadium. He was really good. I'm actually really surprised he was undrafted. I didn't realize how good he was. But he's proving why he should have been drafted, even as like a backup point guard. The point guard position is just so stacked. So I guess I can see it, but it's just like just watching him, like how did he go undrafted? So he was really good. Devontae Kaycock, he was good too. Joel Ayayi, I don't know how to say that, but he's a shooter. He kept hitting threes against, I think it was the Kings. Yeah, I think it was us. or it was the Heat. I don't know, but that was cool. Austin Reeves was also good. He'd play instead of McClung, which I didn't really like, but he did. He was really good. Um, they went 1-1, so they beat the Kings, of course, and then they lost to the Heat. But I think it was Reeves or McClung who took a three, and I really thought that was going in. It was so cool, but it just missed. So that I don't have much to say about them, but McClung looks like I think the Lakers just signed him after that camp thing or whatever. Oh yeah, on the Heat, Omer he got signed, and I think Max Strus it got signed. I'm not sure about that, but I know Omer did. Um, so that was really cool to see. They went 1-1. Nothing else to really say about them, I think. And now we're gonna move on to the Warriors. So okay, so the first game they were like load managing for some reason. They didn't play their two rookies to start, which is really weird. But that game, like Jordan Shackle, I swear he's been in the league before, but I'm finding out that he wasn't. Like I swore that season Curry was hurt, and it was literally Draymond and some nobodies. I swore I saw him out there, but I guess not. Shackle, he looked like an NBA player. He was just hitting every shot he took pretty much. So that was really cool. Oh yeah, there was a guy named Mayo, and it was just funny that someone's last name is Mayo other than OJ Mayo. It kind of fit him too, but that's besides the point. Was it? Oh yeah, they won the first game, and the second game I'm more happy about because I got to see Moses Moody and Kuminga play. I wanted the Kings to pick Moody, but I'm cool with Mitchell now, seeing how good he is and stuff. So Moody, he was really good. He was pretty good throughout the whole game. Kuminga kind of started slow, like struggling in the first quarter, but then he was like really, really good. Almost the best player on the court for the last 3 quarters of the game. So that was really cool to watch. What? Oh yeah, they went 1-1 because they lost to the Heat. The Heat were kind of stacked, honestly, because they had the best shooter and the best player. So that was cool. One thing I want to mention is really cool seeing players like before they enter the league, because you can like look back and say, hey, I got to see him before he got big and stuff. But it was cool just watching basketball with fans around again. That was just a cool experience. But now we're gonna move on to every like little detail about it. So if you just wanted to hear me talk about the players and games, then you can click off. But now we're gonna talk about the rest of the experience. So yeah, let's get started. Overall, the experience was good. I had some complaints though, such as whoever made the stadium didn't assume this was for basketball, because they made the seats super close to each other, and every time we were in the aisle, so every time like someone would need to leave, we would have to like get out and pretty much exit the whole row just so that they can get by, and that was just really annoying. Also, they didn't have people bringing down food, probably because of the pandemic and stuff, but that was kind of annoying. I wish I could get like cotton candy or something. What else? Oh yeah, the team store. Yeah, that was kind of disappointing. They had these T-shirts, but I didn't really want one. Oh yeah, they need to update that thing, cause I saw a bunch of Harry Giles jerseys. I don't know how to say it, but I saw a lot of them, and he hasn't played on our team in like a year, I think, maybe 2. I can't remember if he was in the bubble with us, but that was like a funny thing to see. Also, I already mentioned the people around and MVP chants. It was like a regular season game every time the Kings were playing, so that was really cool. Oh yeah, I saw some actual professional players there just sitting courtside. I saw Wiseman, and I saw he was hanging out with Juan Toscano Anderson, I think, Am I? Yeah, it was him. And on the King side, I saw Tyrese Halliburton, Me Too. I don't know how to pronounce that. I saw him. Kings fans booed him for some reason. I don't know why. But I also saw, what was his name? Oh yeah, the greatest point guard in Kings history, De'Aaron Fox. He was sitting courtside, so that was cool. They showed cool highlights to keep us entertained, but I wish they did that between games because this guy like almost single-handedly killed the experience. What's his name? Mixmaster Mike. It was so annoying. He made it like so loud I couldn't even talk to anyone. Like I couldn't even hear my own thoughts. That's how loud it was. I think like nobody's enjoying it. Okay, they shouldn't have even got him for the job. It was just really annoying. Now I just hate the guy for like no reason. So yeah. One funny thing, when he ended, they were like, "Give it up for Mixmaster Mike" or something, and me and a couple other people were booing just because it was annoying. They kept advertising the dude that's gonna be after the game, Shaggy. I heard he didn't have that many people show up, but that was kind of funny. Oh yeah, both national anthems, they were really good, and not like Fergie. Like, they actually sounded really good, and I would listen to it. I saw some fans with some weird jerseys. Like, I saw a Kings Vince Carter one, a Zach Randolph Kings one. Who else did I see? Oh yeah, someone had a Jimmer Fredette and like Jimmer Fredette jersey and a T-shirt, and then like the next day I get a notification he signed with a G League team or something. And if I was him, I'd just stop trying and just chill in China, because how many times has he tried to come over here? Like 3, 4? It feels like 10. But that's just funny. I met this cool old guy while trying to get popcorn. He really hates Ben Simmons and so that was funny. It was just really cool. All the people there. They gave away free hats, just cause. Oh, what else? Oh yeah. I got a bottomless popcorn, but there was obviously a bottom, because when I had my brother go refill it, they told him they ran out, and he came back with it empty. So that was funny. He said he even saw bags that they weren't gonna pop, so that was kind of upsetting. What else? Oh yeah, coming home. I know it's not that great of an area, but I saw some hobos and stuff, so that just made me feel crazy safe, obviously. And last minute, oh yeah, I saw people with posters. I'm not sure how they got them, because I didn't see anywhere to get them. But last minute, someone just left one on the ground, so I picked it up, and then we hopped in the car and left. So that was cool. Oh yeah. One last thing about the food stands. They are very inconvenient. Like, you had to go to different stands and stuff. It was just annoying, and there was nothing telling you exactly where to go. So that was whack. That was just whack. And they did not have nachos or pretzels, but they did have gluten nachos, or gluten free. I don't remember, but they had that. And so yeah. Things could have been better, but overall, the experience was a solid 8 out of 10, and I would go again. If you're thinking of going, get the 2-day pass, because then you can see both games, and then also you show up for both days, because apparently the teams like load managing some players, so you're going to want to see everyone play. As I mentioned before, all the games were close, which was one of my biggest fears, is that they were all going to be blowouts, but the opposite happened. That pretty much wraps up this video. Oh yeah, one thing, the first game, I already said it, the first game was always empty, and you could, like, talk to the players pretty much, almost. And the second game was like a playoff setting. It was really cool. I think we're just happy to have fans back. I'm happy about that, too. So, I'm going to just wrap up the video here. If you liked it, Like and leave a comment. This is like really raw because I'm just trying to get all my thoughts out, like saved up in my head pretty much. I thought it'd be weird for this kind of video to have a script and stuff. So if you like it, leave a like and comment, subscribe, and all that. And I'll see you all next time. Maybe we'll do this again next year.